Nothing's changed for me. Been able to focus on a lot more things that are going to help me. I'd say this offseason versus just focusing on trying to get back to as healthy as I could last offseason. As far as the stuff with Brock, I mean, that's the same thing I told you guys last year at the end of the year. My opportunity is just to come in and compete, and that's all I wanted. So for me, I don't want to take anything away from Brock, and no one should be able to take anything away from Brock. He did what he did last year, and he deserves all the credit in the world for it. Like I said, for me, I just want an opportunity to compete.
What up with it, YouTube? It's Coffee, back with some NFL news. Hit them buttons, guys. Let's talk some football as the offseason progresses on. OTA's going on. I'm excited, man. I can't wait till football season. And shout out to my bro, Jay Millie. You know, he's diehard bang bang Niner gang, just like I'm diehard Bills Mafia. And you saw that there in the beginning. This is big news, great news for the Niner fans, man, as Brock Purdy, who was like, Mortal Kombat flawless victory. Like, this dude was flawless from the point that he got active out there last year for the Niners. And it was just what they needed, right? Just what the doctor ordered was Brock Purdy to come in there and shine like he did with all the injury-ish that they had going on with Jimmy G, Trey. It was just like they were cursed with quarterback injuries. And then Brock Purdy comes out there. You see this clip, of him against Brady, man. He had Brady sick on the sidelines, went out there, was up like, what was it? What did he score? Was it 21-0? They were just ishing on Brady and the Buccaneers. And he progressed on like that. He couldn't be stopped. And then, he gets hurt late in the playoffs like that. It was like, man, such an emotional roller coaster that, like, I myself, fellow Bills fans, other teams have as well, like just being bit by the injury bug. But isn't that so wild for it to go like that? All these QB injuries, what are we going to do? Brock comes in, does his thing. He can't be stopped. He's flawless all the way into the playoffs, and then he gets hurt. What the fuck? But you heard Trey Lance. He's like, hey, listen, Trey already knows what it is, man. And no disrespect to Trey. He definitely seemed like he has some potential or whatever, but this is Brock's team now. Brock is the starter, and it seems all is going well injury-wise. As you see, the official update has been put out there. Everything with the surgery, because there's a big surgery, there could be complications or maybe not heal the way, like you never know how it's going to go, but everything's on schedule. He's going to resume throwing next week. Brock is looking good. Niner fans, rejoice. So transitioning into talking about my Bills, you see these clips rolling here and there, some very un-Josh Allen-like footage. This ain't the way Josh rocks, but it was tough. This wasn't last season. It was the season before. It was a terrible game. We went down, lost to the Jags. And if you guys remember, the hype leading up to this game was Josh Allen versus Josh Allen. And you see, he came up with the ball on that fumble. He got a sack and an interception on Josh. He had the trifecta: sack, INT, fumble recovery. It was all bad, man. And now this year, Josh is going to get that rematch. Josh versus Josh 2, week 5. So I can't wait to see Josh get his get back, Now, speaking of get back and, my Buffalo Bills, we're talking right here. How about DeMar Hamlin? As you know, it's already been put out there that he is making a comeback. He has more football left in his life, which when that horrible situation happened out there, a lot of us, myself included, things just seemed very grim, and then when we heard he was recovering, it was like, okay, I don't know why. Comment and let me know how you felt when you saw that go down. I thought that football was going to be behind him, but he's still playing. And now you see at OTAs, he actually suited up and he's out there. Well, not, they're not in pads or whatever, but He's got the uni on. He's out there. He's ready to go. So good for you, DeMar. It's still so crazy to me, though. Hey, where's all the clone talk, too? He ain't got no mask on now, guys. Like, come on. But I don't know. I just, like, we know what happened, but at the same time, we don't know what happened. Like, I don't know, man. What do you guys think about it all? It's just the craziest thing we ever seen, but he's back out there. Good for him. And speaking of OTAs, Stephon Diggs not suited up. Some other players from some other teams who are not suited up, also notable players. Jets defensive tackle Quinnen Williams, Giants Saquon Barkley, Jaguars tight end Evan Engram, Cardinals DeAndre Hopkins. Man, I really was hoping we were going to get that DeAndre Hopkins trade, and we got something else we got to talk in a moment regarding that. And then Jaguars edge rusher Josh Allen, who we were just talking about, that Josh Allen is going to get his rematch, a shot to show that he's the better Josh. So I don't know, man. Diggs enjoying the offseason. He's a certified vet. We saw frustrations mounted for him at the end of last season, so I feel him. Take it easy, take it easy. Don't get out there till you got it. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Some guys need to be out there. I don't think Diggs is one of them. Now, speaking of trades, as you heard me mention, DeAndre Hopkins, there's like him continually, like he name dropped the Bills and Josh Allen in a couple interviews, and there was all that trade talk, and then it looks like, nah, it ain't happening. That was a few weeks ago that we realized that I don't know. Could what does everyone think? Could there still be a possible trade with DeAndre Hopkins? I don't think so. I think it looks like he's going to stay with AZ. But the thought of adding another phenomenal wide receiver alongside Diggs, not like we don't got a lot of other talent. DeAndre Hopkins, I was ecstatic about that, but it looks like that ain't happening. But another name now being linked to the Bills as a possible trade partner. I think this is a stretch. We're talking about Davante Adams. Now, he was traded from Green Bay to the Raiders, okay? He's got a massive contract, a lot of money, still got a few more years on this deal. So it would be it'd be a real tough one to swing, but I believe he played college with Carr. And as we know, Carr's now with the Saints, and there's just all these reports that he wants out of there. He's unhappy. So, could a deal be made? Possibly. I mean, if he's unhappy and he really pushes for it, who knows? But I don't know. I'm going to say this one's a reach, but what do I know? I'm just coffee. Like I always let y'all know, I'm just a schmuck talking into a device, but I want to know what you guys think about it. And if not the Bills, do you think you could possibly see a deal made elsewhere? Now, this is like a major debate going on right now, and people are going nuts speaking about this. It's kind of wild to transition into speaking about this, as I showed some very un-Josh Allen-like play early in this video and then asked this question. But you see the ratings coming out, and they got Josh Allen as the number 2 quarterback in the NFL behind Patrick Mahomes. And fans are like livid that smoking Joe Burrow is not ahead of Josh Allen. I don't know. Comment where you, what you think about these ratings and what you think about Joe versus Josh. Man, listen, they beat us and all that. Josh, the better QB. I don't give a look what y'all say. And then to close it out, man, I talked a little bit about this in another video. You see this footage rolling of Dalton Kincaid doing his thing in college. And, like gauging what NFL talent, what guys are going to pan out, can they cut it in the NFL? It is a very tough thing to do. As we know, there's scouts that do this for a living. They do nothing but watch film and, scout everything. And they're still wrong a lot of the time, But Dalton Kincaid, a hell of a tight end. And I don't know, man. I was just listening to a really great Bills podcast that I listen to all the time the other day. And man, like there is just a lot of hype about Dalton Kincaid. We already got Dawson, Knox. What do you guys think? Like 2 tight end sets? Kind of like, I hate to say it, right? I hate even mentioning them, but remember when the Patriots with Gronk and Hernandez, the way they used to kill it with them 2 tight end sets, create a lot of mismatches and everything like that. And something else that this one podcaster was talking about was, everyone talking about Isaiah McKenzie leaving and, him in the slot, which I love Isaiah, but I have no problem with him being gone. I don't want to say he underperformed, but I don't know. I'll just say I'm all right with him being gone. But they were saying, like, obviously Dalton Kincaid is not going to be a slot guy, but they were saying production wise, him being added to our offense, the type of skill set he has, the type of athleticism, production wise, look for Dalton to be that extra spark added to the offense. And I don't know, man, there's just a lot of hype in it and a lot of people saying, yo, Dalton is really going to shine in Buffalo. And, it's all about matchups and mismatches. And, if everything really works out how I'm thinking and offensively we game plan correctly, like, this guy can really be a nightmare when it comes to matchups out there. So jump in the comments, guys. Let me know what you think about all this. DeMar Hamlin back out there. Josh getting the rematch against Josh. Josh being rated over Joe. Davante Adams on the trade block. Brock on schedule. Trey, what he had to say out there in that press conference. And Dalton Kincaid. Let's talk about it all in the comments. I thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Stay tuned for more. It's Coffee talking music, news, sports, and more. I'm out of here, guys. Peace.